Greetings and welcome to another edition of The Great Goddess. Praise be to Goddess. Praise be to Goddess. Well, here it is, another Wednesday, and today, as our topic, we have Trump. Yes, Donald Trump is the topic of today's video, and he gets enough attention in the media, but he's going to get a little bit more attention from us today. And despite all the other things that he may stand for that are disagreeable to voters, of all the things that he stands for, the worst one is his attitude toward women, and that's what we're going to discuss today. We're not going to discuss immigration. We could discuss immigration, but we're not going to discuss immigration today. We're going to discuss Trump and his attitude toward women. So, where do we start? Yes, the first presidential debate, the Republican presidential debate, and Trump is asked by Megyn Kelly about his views on women, and she mentions several incidences where Trump said mean, damaging things about women. He bashed women and called them fat pigs and so on, and he said only Rosie O'Donnell, that's the only one that he called names, supposedly, and she said it went way beyond Rosie O'Donnell. And he responded, well, I could be mean to you like you're being to me right now. And later on he commented that she was bleeding from her eyes and bleeding from somewhere else implying her period. So that's Trump for you. He doesn't appreciate women. He doesn't like women. Does not like women. He said that one of his candidates for The Apprentice would look good on her knees, and he's a misogynist. He really doesn't like women all that much. He claims women love him and that he's good to women, but that's not the case. It's sadly the opposite, and Trump needs to take stock of himself and realize that he has an attitude toward women and that it's not a good one. It's not good. And you may ask, well, why should we be concerned about Trump's attitude toward women? Well, he's about to become the leader of the free world if he wins. And he's tops in the Republican polls. So we know he's popular. And we know that people like him. And we know people want to vote for him. But what does it mean to have a Trump presidency? And what does that mean for women? Well, it's not good. It's not good. It's not good at all. In fact, Trump and women, like oil and water, they just don't mix. They don't mix, and he's been aggravating towards women recently. He just recently he said Heidi Klum is no longer a 10. Out of the blue, no provocation on Heidi Klum's part. He just said it right out of the blue. Heidi Klum is no longer a 10. And she made a joke about it. She had a t-shirt on that said 10. And she had a man in a dressed up as Donald Trump, a Donald Trump suit and tie and hair, come up and grab her t-shirt off, and underneath the t-shirt was another t-shirt that said 9.99. So Heidi Klum had a sense of humor about it, but Donald Trump does not have a sense of humor. In fact, he's a very humorless bigot. And he doesn't like women at all. And he's just doing these things in a desperate, sad attempt to draw more attention to himself, to keep himself constantly in the news. And it's true. He's an attention whore. And I hate to use the word, but it's true in Donald Trump's case. He's incorrigible and he's incurable, and there's nothing he wouldn't do to get attention, and there's no lengths he wouldn't go to get attention, especially get attention for his stereotypical tough guy self, where he is mean to women and doesn't care, and tries to appeal to men who batter women, and tries to appeal to what's most base in human nature, the basest things in human nature. That's what he likes to try to appeal to. And it appeals to a certain segment of the population, there's no doubt about it, but it's a minority of the population. See, it's not the majority, it's not us. It's them. It's a small group that he appeals to, and that he attracts attention to himself. So that's the story of Donald Trump. And what would Goddess do? What does Goddess think of Donald Trump? She sees Donald Trump as her child. He is her son. And she would like to see Donald Trump evolve and rise above his pettiness and become a kind person, kind to women, kind to everyone. But Trump is not evolving. He's slow. So he's one of the slow kids in the back of the class. He's backwards, and Goddess can wish for him to come home to her. That's all she wants, is for Donald Trump to come home to her, to come home to Goddess. But he's not going to. He's not about to, because he's backwards. So we have to wait for Trump to evolve in the next life. Maybe he'll learn something in this life, and maybe he'll evolve in the next life and quit being such a media whore and attention grabber, and instead think of ways to make the world a better place, like Bernie Sanders. Why can't Trump be more like Bernie Sanders, huh? Bernie Sanders, the ideal man, the perfect guy, and here's Trump. He has to stand up to Trump, and Trump is this loser man that is so backwards in his attitude toward women, and calls women fat pigs, and denigrates women, and suggests that they're on the rag, so to speak, that they're having their periods. And so Donald Trump, Goddess would like him back, but it's not likely to take place anytime soon. I'm Sarah Jane Alpha Wolf, signing off. Have a great week, and remember to not let Trump get to you.